without my sidekick, Isaac Israel, tonight. Again, this is the second podcast in a row that he's missing. I think he may have been abducted. I'm not sure yet. We're waiting to hear. Of course, if he got abducted, they would send him back right away. No, we don't want you. So here we are with episode number 23 of the Tickle Me Comedy Podcast. And we're brought to you tonight by Blue Zone Comedy and Tickle Me Comedy. And we hope that you have a great time. Tonight, I have one of the greatest comics that I've seen.
All right, back it up a little there, Dillon.
I know.
Back it up a little with that off the bat.
I know. I'm gonna, because to be honest with you, I just went blank. I know. First name's Rob
Sherwood.
Sherwood.
There you go, Dillon.
Duh. But I do know.
They let you out of the home to do this, did they, buddy?
I know, right? The old guy. It's not. You wouldn't believe what happened just before this, but I'm still cracking up from it. But anyway, so Rob Sherwood, he's great. I read his bio earlier tonight. He is an amazing guy. We have a couple things in common that we're going to talk about that he doesn't even know yet.
Oh boy.
But so with that, let me introduce Rob Sherwood and tell us a little about yourself.
Well, what do you want to know? It's my first time I've been out of the house in 6 months. First time I've had on pants. So I'm happy just to be here because I haven't been anywhere.
Yeah, this pandemic.
Yeah, it's kind of slowed everything up for us. But
So before the pandemic hit, did you have a whole bunch
I
of
had
stuff lined up?
well, actually, I'm the regular opening act for Carrot Top.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's my gig. And
That's
then
where I've seen you.
yeah, and then
That's where I've seen you.
Yeah, we do 40-something weeks. We do 1 week off a month, and on my off week, I'll go and travel and do other clubs and stuff, work the clubs here in town.
Yeah, I just, when you came in tonight, I thought, where have I seen him? And
That's where you're seeing me, if that's where you're seeing me.
Yep, Carrot Top Show, great show.
Yeah, a lot of fun. We can't wait to get back to work.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the Carrot Top Show, he does a lot of prop comedy, and his staff the timing is.
Yeah, they
impeccable.
got 3 guys. One of them's my son that works for him.
Really?
Yeah, does all the sound effects and sets up the props. And yeah, it's a show. It's a production, and it's a great show.
And so you get to do opening for him?
I open for him, yeah, do 15, 17 in front of him, and then he takes off, and we hang out, and it's a good time.
How'd you wind up doing that?
When he first started his residency here, he was looking for someone local, because he had a bunch of people doing it, and they were looking for like local comics that wanted to do it. So I went in one night and auditioned, did the show, and we hit it off. We had a good time. There was 4 of us that did it for years, and then 5.5, 6 years ago, he came to me and he says, "Listen, do you want to do all of them?" And I said, "Let me think about it." Yes.
Yeah, let me think.
And so ever since then, it's been just me and him.
Really?
Yeah, it's been great. Keeps me at home. I don't have to travel.
So how do you come up with all that new material every night?
I don't.
No?
No. I mix things up and do different stuff, but I write new things, and as times change, there's a format to it, and I don't do different 15 minutes every single night. But I add new things as they come appropriate.
The audience is usually different anyway.
Yeah, and it's hard for me to do too much topical stuff because he does a lot of topical stuff. So he stays on top of the news and stuff that's going on. So I let him do that, and then I do other things, and I mess with the audience and kind of play with them, and it's kind of a good cop, bad cop. He's the good cop, and I'm the bad cop, and just kind of insult some people if they show up late, because a lot of times people are coming in late, and I have to deal with them, and I make fun of people, and then he comes out, and they're not there to see me, so they don't even know I'm there.
Yeah, they'll never remember you.
They don't even know I'm there. They have
guy?
no idea. They come in waiting for Carrot Top, and they go, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah, who's that guy? That's pretty good. So how long have you been doing comedy?
About 20 years.
Really?
Yeah.
And what got you into it?
I was working in a comedy club as a sound guy, and I've always been in the performing side. I started out as a musician. I still play music, and then I got into tech. I was a drama major in college and started doing tech in college. Then I started doing tech professionally. I was working in a comedy club here doing sound and lights, and watched it for a while, and I thought, I think I can do this, and started doing open mics, and next thing you know, I started doing it.
So tell us about your first night.
First night was at a bar in Green Valley, and I was terrified, and I was going to leave. And it was my ex-wife and I told her, I said, "Come on, let's go, I can't do this." And the lady came over, she goes, "You're on third." And I was like, "Oh, now I can't get out of it."
Yeah.
And so I did it, and it went okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I did it again, and it didn't. And then I did it again, and it didn't. And then it took a while, but then you start to get your legs, and you start writing, and start doing, stuff, and once you start doing it, and
Yep.
once you get hooked, you're hooked.
You have to take the bad with the good.
There's a lot of
everybody's
bad.
had
I mean,
nights.
we still have bad shows.
Oh, heck yeah.
Scott and I'll still, which is his real name.
Yeah.
We'll still have a clunker,
Oh, yeah.
and we both look at each other and go, "What the hell is that about?"
Because you do the same stuff and you have the same energy.
Right.
It's just
You
like
you never
this
know.
audience.
But that's the fun part of doing it, is that you just never know what it's going to be.
I know. We did at the Tickle Me Comedy Club. We did 2 nights in a row. One night was jam packed with people, and the audience was flat. I mean, all of us comics, we were doing our best stuff, and the audience wasn't responding at all. So the next night, truly, there were only 5 people in the audience, but it was the best audience we
Yeah,
ever
you
had.
can't tell by numbers, that's
No.
for sure. Yeah, you never
Oh
know.
my God, we went over, we sat with the audience and joked with them. That was the best night ever, and it was only 5 people. It was,
Well, and that's what I think is the most fun about doing this, is you just never know when you go on stage
Yeah.
what it's going to be like.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
know.
that's the little bit of nerves you get,
Yeah.
and
and you still have to kind of, scope out the audience before you go, so you kind of have an idea.
yeah, but you never,
But
you
not for
can't.
you know already. You're doing-
Yeah, kind of, but you never know when you go out there. I'll be out there for a minute or two and go, okay, this is going to suck. But then they can turn around on a dime, or they suck for the whole time you're out there.
Do they give you any intel, like if there's a group of people?
No.
Or birthdays? or
No, the
anything
only
like
thing
that?
I ask for, if there's anyone that we've had a couple of instances when someone came in and they were a little mentally challenged, and they'll start saying something and not realizing that, and then if I say anything to them, then I don't want to be insulting to them, because
Sure.
I'll just let it go. A couple of times I didn't know and said something, and it's
That's
so, and then you find out afterwards, you go, well, I didn't know. I can't see
No,
the light. I can see the first 2 or 3 rows. So, yeah, I always ask them, if you know of anything, if there may be someone that may have Tourette's or something and may start yelling in the middle of the set, let me know. So I'll just go,
that's a good thing
I'll
to
let
blame
them
on.
go. Yeah.
I've got Tourette's. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only thing. But other than that, there's usually nothing to worry about.
And as I remember, the theater holds what, like 300?
Oh, yeah, it's almost 400. It's 3 something,
And
3 and
it's usually
change.
filled every night, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're full every night.
Great show. One
Yeah.
of the best shows I've
Yeah,
been
it's a lot of fun. Good gig.
I go back to the timing. His props are right where they need to be.
That's what every night they
within a
pack them
split
in the same.
second.
Oh, yeah, the whole thing, the videos, the sound effects, the lighting effects, the whole thing. There's
Mm-hmm.
4 guys, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys that are his tech guys, and then there's 3 other guys in the booth, and then a guy backstage, and all of them work together to make the one guy look good.
It's an amazing show. So one of the things that we have in common was, I don't know, because you're not as old as I am,
How old are you?
but
Okay, yeah, I'm probably a few years younger than you.
but
Maybe.
well, I can't do the math. I was born in 1952. I went to school in California,
52?
so I can't do the math.
I can do the math. You don't want me to do the math, do you?
No, don't
Okay.
do the math. We don't,
We don't want you to do the math.
because I might have like a heart attack or
Oh,
something.
geez, don't do
Or I
that.
might get
Then
like
I got to
all-
do this by myself.
I know, right?
I'm going to
I
have
might
him
get
come
like
in, and he's going to start asking me questions.
I know. So, so when I was in high school, it was the
Back in
thing
the late 1800s?
back when we ride our horses and our carriages, but we all had garage bands,
Okay.
and I don't know if they do that anymore.
Yeah, in fact, I play in a band now, and we practice in the guy's garage.
Yep. And so my mom and dad's garage was home base for this garage band that we had. We had a lot of fun though.
How many times the cops come?
I don't remember the cops.
Ah,
ever
you're
coming.
not that good then.
I
You
know,
got to get the
right?
cops to
We're
come.
not that good. We never had the cops come. We had to come to some.
Just for
parties,
being
right?
loud, there's always a neighbor that'll complain.
I know, right? Yeah, but no, of course that's ancient history, so I don't really remember. But anyway, so I play the drums as well as
Oh,
you do,
okay.
and so and as drummers, we never get the girls, right?
Well, I don't know about you,
Oh,
but
maybe it's just me. Hey, wait a minute.
yeah, no, I don't know.
I know, but we had a lot of fun in high school. Every weekend we were out doing some party somewhere. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, that's what I did through high school too.
Yeah, and Wipeout and Cream, all those great drum solos. Oh yeah, you have to be able.
Don't
to
play
duplicate.
anymore?
I haven't played for quite a while, but I wanted to get an electronic drum set
Yeah,
because I don't have a lot of room in my house.
okay.
And the sound is
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good
they're
coming
real
out of
good,
those.
yeah.
But I wanted to do that, but I don't really have a lot of room in my house. I was thinking about like a full blown drum set, but first of all, the neighbors would get pissed.
There you go. The cops are coming.
And the cops would come.
There you go.
And then I've made it, right?
There you go. If
When
the cops come, you know you're
ain't
doing
made it
good.
till the cops come,
There
right?
you go.
Yeah, I like it. But when I was reading your bio, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And it brought back memories of the garage band that I was in. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. Oh my God.
When'd you stop playing? What made you give up?
College,
College? You went to college?
a wife,
My wife, yeah, they'll do that.
kids.
So when'd you lose the dream? Now I'm interviewing you.
I
What
know,
happened
right?
here? It's
I don't know if I ever
turned around here all of a sudden.
I know. Hey, what's up with that? I don't know if I ever really had a dream of being a drummer. It was just kind
Oh,
of
really?
fun to do. No.
Yeah, show business was always my dream.
Yeah. Was it really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been working professionally in the business since I'm 19.
Really?
Yeah, I've never done anything else, never had a real job.
You know what my dream was?
Nope.
I wanted to be an airline.
Hopefully it wasn't doing this show.
I know, right? No, we're having fun. Come on. This is
Comedy, man, it's comedy.
When you Google fun, this is going to come up.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, no problem. But I wanted to be a pilot. I wanted to be a professional pilot.
Oh, really?
And so I went to school to be a pilot, and I went to school to be a mechanic, aircraft mechanic, and all that kind of stuff. And because I have a disability, it's very competitive. And so my dream got bursted when I couldn't get any interviews to be a pilot.
Did you go through the classes and everything?
Yeah. So
And you got certified and everything?
Heck yeah.
To be a pilot?
Yeah.
And you never got to be a pilot?
Not a commercial pilot.
Oh, okay.
But I got to be a private pilot flying.
Well,
airplanes
that's
forward.
what Carrot Top's brother is.
Is he really?
His
Commercial?
brother's a commercial now. He was an F-16 jet fighter pilot.
Oh, man.
And now he flies for Southwest.
Really?
And if you met him, you'd go, "You were an F-16 jet fighter pilot?"
I know.
Because he's this silly, fun guy, and you'd go, "Really?" But his dad was no, I'm talking about him. His dad was an engineer for NASA
Yeah.
and helped like design the moon rover. Because Scott grew up in Cocoa Beach, Florida, near Cape Kennedy. So yeah, the whole family's kind of accomplished.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
So then my career took me to federal service, and I wound up working for NASA.
Oh, you too.
Yeah. I spent 26 years
Oh, nice.
with NASA.
In Florida or?
Here in California
Oh, okay.
and at Edwards Air Force Base.
Oh, that's right.
I had some, oh my God, I had some awesome experiences, just like your brother.
His brother,
His brother, that's
not my brother.
But what a cool, you're sitting there. I worked for a guy that was an astronaut, a former astronaut, and he was pretty bizarre. We used to say, we think he had oxygen deprivation in space because he came up with some weird stuff.
Well, listen, those guys, that took a lot of,
Oh, I know.
it took a lot of nerve to do what they did.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But I got to meet some incredible people. I got to fly. Do you know what the SR-71 is?
No.
SR-71 is the Blackbird, and it flies at 3+ times the speed of sound. And so NASA had, when the Air Force retired them, NASA got like 3 or 4 of them to use for test beds. And so along with it, they got the simulator, the full motion simulator. And so
Did you?
I
Did you
did.
try it?
Oh,
Did you get in it?
Oh, hell yeah.
And?
And it was awesome. And so, I'm a pretty big guy, and you look at that airplane.
Didn't notice.
All right. And so you look at that airplane from the ground, and you think that's enormous. Well, when I sat in the cockpit in the pilot seat, my shoulders touched the rails of the cockpit.
Really? Yeah. Well,
The
you're in there tight.
Man, you are tight, but you're doing 3.9 times the speed of sound. It is awesome. But
Do you get a feeling of the speed when you're in it?
Yeah, because it moves.
Oh, so and you can see the ground.
Oh yeah. Well, no, that's the technology. That thing was designed in the late 50s, early 60s, right? And so when you're at 80,000 plus feet, you can't see the horizon because it's a curvature. That you see the curvature of the earth.
Right.
And so they had to come up with some way for the pilots to tell if they were straight and level or not. And so they did the coolest thing ever. They took a level laser beam, and they hooked it on the instrument panel. And so when you turn, the laser beam stays horizontal with the earth. So it's a laser beam that runs all the way across the.
And when they fly the actual plane, that's the way they
Yeah.
do the same thing?
Absolutely.
Wow.
That's way cool. And then because you're going so fast, you can't make turns because the engine will die from air starvation at those speeds. And so it's a lot of fun. They call it an unstart. And so you're flying along, and the guy will tell you, okay, turn right. And so you turn, this thing shakes around and everything because the engine went dead because it's not getting any air. But enough about me.
Well, how do they turn it? What, are they just going a straight line?
It takes hundreds of miles to turn it. You can only do like 1 or 2 degree turns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it takes hundreds of miles to make a turn.
At that fast?
Oh, hell yeah, that's moving.
Well, you better not miss your target.
Well, it's all planned out ahead of time. So, and you got cameras rolling underneath you, so it's like, but and they don't just get in on Friday and go, hey, let's go for a spin. These missions are planned out way far in advance. But doing 3.85 Mach is pretty darn fast.
That's
At
pretty quick.
80,000 feet, it's pretty cool. So anyway, it was a blast. So my whole experience with NASA, I got to do some amazing things. Totally cool, but I digress. It's all about you tonight. Come on.
Well, it doesn't have to be all about me.
Yeah. So
I've never done that.
yeah, go do it.
Okay.
Okay. I bought it. So I talked about this before, but I bought a copy of Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Oh my God, what a blast! I've flown to the Eiffel Tower. I've flown to the pyramids. I've landed in the Vatican today,
Did you really?
and I
What did the
zoomed-
Pope have to say about that?
He said, "Dude, welcome aboard." He came out with his new ruling today. I don't know if you know that.
The Pope did?
Yeah.
I did not know
About
that.
the priests and the nuns, they can kiss as long as the priests don't get in the habit.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's okay.
I know, right? But yeah, so I landed at the Vatican and I flew down the strip at 100 feet, right down the middle of the strip. It was awesome, dodging signs and stuff. So it's
You're like a big kid, aren't you?
pretty much. My wife, I have two sons. We have two sons. And so when we were growing up, she called me the ringleader. And it took me a minute. She goes, I never got in this to have three boys. And I said, we only have two. And
Oh, there you go. You're the third
I know
one.
what you mean. And it was a lot of fun. Yeah, big kid. Just like you, I can tell you are too.
A big kid? Yeah.
Right? Do you have kids?
I do. 4.
4? How
Yeah.
old are they?
Huh?
How old are they?
Okay, now I got to do math. Let's see.
You were able to
John.
figure out how old I was.
Yeah,
Come on.
John's 36, Haley's 34, Julia's 27, and Lily just turned 21.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're done.
I better be done.
They come back, you know.
No, they're not.
That's what I
No,
said
they're
too,
not.
right?
They're not coming back.
They
They're
come
not.
back.
I just keep moving.
Yeah.
They don't know where I live.
When the last one moved out, that's the greatest day ever. There's only a few really great days in your life, like the day you get married, right? That's a great day. The next great day is when the last kid moves out and you become an empty nester.
Yeah, I've been that now since Lily went to college.
Yeah. So we wanted to insure our bet. We wanted to make sure that they weren't coming back because we'd heard that they always come back. So what we did is we told them two things. First of all, the house is now clothing optional, and we painted their room pink.
Nice.
So they did not come back.
Well, that'll work.
It worked well, yeah, exactly. But then the next great day that you have is when you become a grandparent.
Okay, I got one of those too.
Did you?
I have a grandson, Jack,
Yep.
who is 4.
Nice, right? That's an awesome day.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun.
My boys, I told them the only reason they're still alive is because I knew that if they grew up, they'd give me some awesome grandchildren, and they did.
Oh, good.
Thanks, Dad, for not killing us. Right? So it was pretty good. But that's a great day too, is when you become a grandparent, because then you've heard all these old adages about you fill them up with sugar and then send them home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do that. You spoil the crap out of them and then send them home. But Grandpa said, I don't know about you, but my granddaughters, I have 2 granddaughters. One is 12, one is 9, and a grandson that's 4. And so my granddaughters refer to me as Grandpa Genius
Oh.
because I've told them I'm a genius. Their mother says, no, he's not. She doesn't like me. And so I said, I can prove I'm a genius. They go, how? I go, well, do you guys drink milk? They said, yeah. I said, do you know where milk comes from? They go, cows. I said, nope. It comes from the store. They looked at me. What do you mean comes from, have you ever seen milk come from a cow? No. Have you ever seen it come from a store? Yes. Perfect. Genius. They took it hook, line, and sinker. Huh.
Kids aren't very bright, are they?
Apparently not. They still refer to me as Grandpa Genius.
Well,
Yeah, right?
they're going to grow out of that. I got
I
news for
know.
you. You're going to find out one
No.
day they're going to go, man, is he an idiot? They think they come from the
They're
store.
probably already doing that. I mean, the oldest is going to be a teenage girl, and I was like,
I went through 3 teenage girls,
oh,
so
you did? How
yeah.
was that?
it was the 3 teenage girls. It's a lot of work.
Oh, not all at the same time, was it?
No, actually they were pretty spaced out, which was good. I mean, in age, not metaphorically speaking.
They're going to watch this. They're going to see this, you know.
Yeah, they were. Actually, they were all pretty good. They really didn't give me that much trouble. I mean, their attitude, but they didn't get in trouble. They were pretty good that way. My son was the only one who was a great kid until he turned 19, and then got a DUI.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not good.
that was the highlight of
Yeah. that's
his
not good.
life.
No, that's
Yeah.
not good. But yeah, I couldn't imagine having girls.
Yeah, they were. What I found being a parent is when girls are easier when they're little than boys, because boys want to run and break stuff and everything. Little girls are very nice when they're little. Then somewhere around 12 or 13, the boys become manageable, and the girls become 13-year-old girls, and then everything changes.
That was the fear of my life, having girls and having to go through that, because
But I was lucky; mine were pretty good.
they have drama.
Oh, they have a lot. And well, that's the other thing I learned. You have to do everything in pairs. If you have a girl party, you have to do even numbers. You
Oh.
can't do odd numbers with girls, right, girls? It's got to be even.
Our production
You got to
staff-
do 2, 4, 6, 8. You can't do 3, 5 because they pair off.
Oh.
And if they have even numbers, they can go in twos. If they pair off and you have an odd one out, someone's got to call a mom, someone's got to get picked up. So they got to stay in even numbers.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, well, that's because you didn't have 3 girls.
There you go. Oh my God. Boys, I thought boys were easy to discipline. Just whack them.
Well, yeah,
You know,
okay, yeah, you
shut
can
up.
do that.
You know, that's it. The girls, you got to talk to them. They got all this drama and all this stuff. But that's all right. Yeah. But so tell me about your grandchild.
Good little guy, yeah, Jack. Not about that tall.
Yeah.
He's fun, yeah. I don't get to see him as much as I'd like.
he
They
local?
live here.
Good.
Yeah, they live here, but we just, scheduling and everything. But when I'm around him, we have a good time, yeah. He goes to school and I work nights. Well, I did work nights. And so, so we see him, every few weekends or something. But yeah,
Yeah, it's so much fun. Little kids are so cool because they're so naive. And my favorite part is they believe anything you say.
yeah, like you're a genius.
Yeah, like he is a genius. They're gonna get wise, aren't they? Like you
I
said,
think
right?
so. That's probably coming.
So they live in the 2 girls. They live in Kenton, Ohio, and so once a year I bring them out
Oh, nice.
for a week, and we stay over at Tahiti Village. Have you been there?
I have not. I've
Got
driven
the
by it.
lazy river, and they got all kinds of fun stuff. So we have a yearly ritual that they come out and we stay at Tahiti Village, and they are just a whole bunch of fun. But I'm thinking the older they get, they're not going to have so much fun anymore. Are there boys there? I can hardly wait for that.
Yeah, that's
part.
coming.
I know. And so
Yeah, it's coming.
they're good little girls. They, oh my God, and they idolize their father. Their father lives here with me, and they just absolutely idolize the guy. It's amazing to watch. But good little girls. So
Nice.
they're going to be here. We had it scheduled for July, but the pandemic thing hit, so we had to reschedule. And we're looking for Thanksgiving to do it. So
Oh, good.
We're gonna do it at Thanksgiving time, but it's a lot of fun. And you're lucky that all yours live close.
2 of them live here. One's going to school in Reno, and my one daughter lives in Irvine with her husband.
That's not too far away.
Yeah, no, we were just down there a couple of weekends ago.
That's a whole. That's
My
a
my new
cash.
wife.
Your new wife?
My new wife got married last year.
Did you really?
Yeah, got married last year.
Wow, how was that?
It was great. Yeah, I mean it's third time. But you know what they say, third time's a charm.
That's right.
You know who says that? People married 3 times.
Yeah, the guy-
That's who came up with that stupid saying.
I know, right?
But this is the one that's going to stick because I got nothing else to give away. After this, I'll be living in a shoebox under the underpass. I got nothing left. So this one's got to work out.
You get half of nothing because the other 2 got it.
Yeah, this is it. This is the one that's going to work.
Well,
That was last year, and then this year, pandemic. Where are we going next
I
year?
know what's going to happen next year.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was only married once,
Okay,
and then unfortunately she passed away a few years ago. But
that's good for a comedy show. Thanks.
I know,
Thanks for
right?
telling us that.
I know. I had nothing to do with it.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, I know, right?
There's no time to admit something like that.
But she would come to all my comedy shows, and I don't know if your wife did this, but on the way home she'd say, "Don't say that joke again."
I'll get a little bit of, and my wife now is the general manager of Brad Garrett's Comedy Club.
Oh, cool.
So she runs that club. So you look confused.
I thought I met her somewhere.
You may have. She used to run Zanies in Chicago, and now she runs Brad's club here.
I think I met her somewhere in the travels. But anyway, yeah. So
But yeah, she'll give me tips, or I'll always put a joke in front of her before I do it on stage and say, "What do you think?" And she'll let me know if you know.
Yeah.
But she's a real good judge of it. She's been in the business for 20 years too. So
mine didn't do it in meanness. That's really stupid. So it's
well,
like,
maybe she's a good judge
yeah,
of your
well,
jokes.
exactly. Well, she married me, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Good judge of character, right? So,
Did she think you were a genius too?
no. Amazingly, no. She had a bumper sticker on her car that said, all men are idiots and I married their king.
Oh, there you go. She thought highly of you then.
I know, right? Then I had to remind her. So if I'm the king of idiots, that makes you the queen of idiots. She took the bumper sticker off. So it's like, okay, I didn't think that. But yeah, so, but yeah, so when you were single, did you do the online dating thing?
No, I wasn't single long. I was married for 20 years. We got divorced, and then I met her, and then we dated. We did long distance for 7 years, and then she moved out here 2 years ago. And then before that, I mean, when I was single, they didn't have online dating. What they had were bars.
Yeah.
We didn't, bars. We had to go to bars. We didn't have to,
knew?
we didn't get to go on the computer and try to find that
get
perfect mate.
swiped, get right
We had to
swiped
spend
or
a
left.
lot of money
I know, right?
and buy drinks and get rejected.
And do the
The
eyes
good
across
old
the bar.
days, huh? Remember those
Good old
days?
Not
When
me.
you'd spend $100 and nothing
Come
happened?
home empty-handed. Hey, wait,
Yeah.
something wrong.
I
there.
never got to do online dating.
I was thinking about getting back into the dating scene, and so my friend Isaac Israel, who is missing tonight, by the way, was giving me tips on how to do online dating, and I thought, I can't do that. I don't like rejection. And he says, oh yeah, he says you might contact somebody, they'll send you a text, and then you'll never hear from them again. It's like, I can't live with that. I gotta have closure. You can't just say hi to me and then never say hi to me again. So I don't think I would have been successful at the online dating.
So what do you do?
Well, I met a girl, a woman, and at the Goodwill.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You are old school, aren't
I know,
you?
right?
Well,
Most
when
people
you
go
can't
to-
go to a bar, go to Goodwill,
Go to
because that's where the hot chicks are hanging out,
That's
huh?
right, I'm telling you.
Goodwill. All right, good for you.
So I met her at the Goodwill a couple years ago, and we've been together ever since.
Did you think about walking around downtown Summerlin? Maybe you could up your game a little bit? The Goodwill, okay.
Goodwill, you know the
Salvation Army closed that day?
I don't know, but
Goodwill.
If you think
Goodwill.
about it, though, she's
Cheap.
cheap. That's not quite the word I was looking for. She doesn't. We're not down at Macy's or down at the Forum shops.
No, you're
We're
not.
at the Goodwill.
Finding things at Goodwill.
And the best part, she worked there.
Oh, wow.
And
It's
that meant I
getting
got a
better.
I got a discount.
Oh,
You can't get
what
any
were you
better
buying at Goodwill?
stuff. At the Goodwill. I was
All
looking
right.
for
And
girls.
are you still with her?
Oh yeah. heck
Is
yeah.
she still working at Goodwill?
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You get the employee discount. It's awesome, man.
Nice.
Even on the red take stuff. The red take stuff is I don't know.
I haven't been to Goodwill. I went to Goodwill when I got divorced because I needed to
Looking for
buy.
girls?
No, I wasn't looking for girls. I was looking for actually dishes and things that I needed. So, but yeah, I had been to Goodwill. That was the last time I was at Goodwill.
Yeah, but hey, it's a great place.
Although I dropped things off at Goodwill.
Yeah,
So you may have some of my stuff.
you may have some of mine.
Could be.
Yeah, that's a funny story. So you drop stuff off on Monday, and then you go there on Wednesday and you see your stuff on the shelf. Hey, that's really cool. Wait a minute.
Right. Buying your own stuff back?
I don't understand. That looks really familiar. Or who gave that to the Goodwill? I want that back. And they say you can't have it back. You have to buy it.
You got to buy it back.
That's not good. I don't like that. But yeah, so we're still together. She's an amazing woman, and she tolerates me.
There you go.
That's
the key.
right? She
Well, that's what I learned during this pandemic. One of us is amazing, and the other one's a jerk. And can
it
you guess?
changes, right?
Can you guess? No, it doesn't change.
Oh, really?
It does not change.
oh
And it's funny when I tell everyone that. Everyone already knew that before the pandemic.
Really?
One of us was amazing. One of us is a jerk.
and they knew which.
And
one
I don't
was.
use the word jerk usually, but that's what I'm going to do for the show. I use another word usually, but I'm keeping it clean.
And people know who's who.
And everyone knows who's who.
Well, she sounds pretty amazing.
She is amazing.
Yeah, and amusing.
And yes, I'm very lucky. Her, on the other hand,
I
not
know,
so
right?
much.
You wonder what you get a woman and she stays with you and everything, and then you think to yourself,
What's wrong with her?
yeah, exactly.
She's with me.
I know. It's like there's really a lot of nicer people out there than me.
That's what I think all the time.
I know, right?
It's a little insecurity thing I have,
I know.
but
But
she's still there.
I know, right?
Well, she was when I left the house.
I know.
We'll see when I get home tonight.
And all those dishes, you got a Goodwill with her now.
Yeah. No, like,
You'll be back to Goodwill on Wednesday.
no, it's not gonna.
But yeah, so I couldn't do the online dating thing. It was just way outside my wheelhouse. There's no way I could.
Well, plus, a lot of times the picture that they're showing you isn't a great it's not exactly who's going to show up
Exactly.
at the
That's,
so
yeah.
like you could put a picture of Brad Pitt on there,
Yep.
and then you show up.
Duh.
See,
And then she'd say, I hit the jackpot.
That's right.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
But who needs
You,
Brad
yes.
Pitt when I can have you?
Yeah, duh. Who knew? But yeah. So it's
Glad I got to skip that part.
Yeah, yeah. But so I'm so fortunate I haven't had to do the online dating thing. It was pretty good. So when you we'll share this experience. So when you brought a new woman into your life, how did your kids respond?
They were okay with it. My ex and I fought a lot, so they weren't surprised we got divorced. And yeah, they dealt with it fairly well. They were already adult. The three were adults already, and my youngest was 15, 16 at the time, maybe. Yeah. So they adjusted. They realized what it was. They're okay with it.
My boys, oh my God, I got such flack from both of them. It's like, what are you doing?
Picking up a woman at Goodwill.
At the Goodwill. If we had higher hopes for you. No, I think it was, I don't know, any woman I would have brought into my life, doesn't matter who it is. It was a hard transition for them. But
they're okay now.
Yeah, they're fine now. But it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little awkward. My parents stayed together, their whole life. So I never went through and, having to deal with another person with my mom or my dad. And so, yeah, I imagine it's a little weird. But I guess kids today, a lot of kids have, divorced parents and step parents or whatever.
My parents were married for all of there were 6 kids in my family, and they were married for like 50 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my parents too, so.
We never had divorce or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, we didn't. They stuck it out.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh my God. But yeah, those were fun times. Where did you grow up?
I grew up first 15 years of my life in New York, and then 10 years in Florida, and then I've been here since 1979.
Really?
Yeah.
You haven't seen any changes here, have you?
No, I have not. It's exactly as it was when I got here in 1979.
Yeah. Were you here when the rocket fuel plant exploded?
I was.
Do you want to hear the story about that?
I guess I will.
Well, if you don't want to.
No, go ahead. Why not? What else we got to talk about?
So after the first shuttle disaster, we got a lot of stuff. I'll give you the abridged version. Is NASA forgot to turn off the contract to the folks making the rocket fuel, right?
So I gather you lived here at the time.
No.
Oh, you weren't
I was
living here.
working for NASA at another facility.
So you weren't here when it actually blew up.
No, but I've seen the video.
Oh, well, I was here.
Where were you?
I was at the Tropicana.
Were you?
Oh yeah, and the whole building shook.
Yeah.
And then we were driving somewhere to go have lunch, and looked up and saw that mushroom cloud and thought, okay, we don't know what that is, because no one even knew. We didn't know that there was a rocket fuel plant out there. Mm-hmm. It was a marshmallow plant, and then and there was nothing out there.
No,
it was in the middle of nowhere, and yeah, it shook. The whole ground shook. It was worse than the earthquake last year. This shook the whole ground. Yep. And then no one knew, and then they told us what it was, and then everyone's like, oh, good, that's got to be good air.
Oh, yeah,
and,
exactly.
But, unfortunately, nothing happened other than...
No, it was a big explosion. If you go out on YouTube, you can see
there's a great video of it.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah. Not as good as the one in Beirut. That one was a pretty good one.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Unless you were in Beirut.
Well,
then it wasn't so awesome, but yeah, fun to watch.
I know.
From afar.
And it's a tragedy, folks died and everything, but that was an incredible explosion.
No, it was.
Oh, my God.
An amazing thing was that the one here, only one person died.
Yeah.
But of course, there was nothing out there, and I guess they got everyone out.
Do you know what the tragedy of that day was?
No.
Not that all that rocket fuel blew up or the person died, unfortunately. The marshmallow plant got destroyed.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, that's what you need is a marshmallow.
I know, right? No more marshmallows for you. But
you can skip the marshmallows.
Yeah, we don't need any more of those. Thanks for sharing.
I think the camera can see that.
That's why I'm this way. I won't turn this way. But so I've been here since 2005, and I talked to some people who lived up on Black Mountain.
Yeah, that's where. And that's where that video was taken from. There was a guy up there that was filming something. It was coincidence that he happened to be filming that day up on the mountain, and was just kind of. And then it started on fire first. So there was and he was just kind of doing the smoke, and then all of a sudden, you could see the ripples in the ground. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, so people up on Black Mountain said it blew out some of their windows, and that's pretty far
away.
Oh, yeah,
it's
like 3 or 4 miles away.
Yeah, anyone that lived in Green Valley had a lot of structural damage, cracked windows and stuff, yeah.
That was pretty cool, though. I love explosions.
Oh, yeah, that's good to know.
4th of July is my day.
That's good to know.
Hey, where's your car?
That's nice.
Yeah, exactly right. But yeah, so that was a pretty cool thing. But and when you see the video, there's nothing out there. It's all just empty land all the way to the strip.
Nothing, yeah.
And
Well,
now-
none of this was here.
I know, and now it's like this.
Yeah, no, when I moved
metropolitan
here, the town pretty much ended at Jones.
Mhm.
And there was nothing, Rainbow was kind of 2 lanes, and that was it. And I know people that were here before that remember when there was really nothing here.
Yeah.
But
So
it's-
my understanding is that the rocket fuel plant was where the auto mall is.
Right, it's in that area, somewhere in that area now was where it was, yeah.
But if for the audience, if you don't know the area, there's this giant auto mall here in Henderson, and
The Henderson Auto Mall.
Henderson. There you go. Pick a smaller ball.
What?
And so
Clever with the names out there, aren't they?
know, right? But Henderson is yeah. So anyway, all that's developed since that happened. It's an amazing place. Henderson's a cool place to live.
Yeah, is that where you live?
Yeah.
It sounded like it, that's where you
Yeah,
lived.
it's a cool place. It's kind of like a planned community. There's a park within a mile of everybody's home.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool place. But I digress again.
It's okay.
But
You're still upset over the marshmallow factory blowing up.
I know. That's like that was Mecca. For us marshmallow eaters, that was Mecca.
It's supposed to be a comedy show, right? That's what you're supposed to do. I don't know if I gotta make fun of the host. What are you gonna
It's
do?
like if Mecca and Israel blew up,
Yeah.
people would be. The
Hope nothing
marshmallow-
happens to that M&M factory, huh?
Oh,
Boy,
I
that's,
know.
whoa, you're gonna go out of your mind.
I know it's gonna be like, oh my God, I might as well just kill.
What about
myself.
Ethel M? They're out there too.
Oh,
They were right near they were very close to that
I
rocket factory.
love going to that place. Oh my God! And then over at the Bellagio, they have that chocolate waterfall. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
It's got
I
like
got a feeling you have.
it's got.
I'm surprised you haven't gone over the waterfall
They got it behind glass.
on a cracker.
You can't. Yeah, the Brits. Well,
With a marshmallow
With a
and a
marshmallow.
graham cracker, you could be your own s'more. You could go over and be you could
S'more
actually be
less.
your own s'more at the.
I know, but they have this big glass barrier. They won't let you in there. Damn it.
You show up with your big marshmallow and your big graham cracker. You go, what do you mean I can't get in?
These are
I'm
my
going to be my
floaties."
own s'more.
Yeah, these are my floaties. Come on, man. But it's really cool. They have a ton of chocolate, and it's in this waterfall thing. It's way cool.
And you can't get near it. You can just
No,
look
you
at
can
it.
just sit there and drool.
And you can stick your finger in nothing.
No, you can't do anything. You can put your nose print on the window.
That's mean.
That's pretty bad. That's
When I go, I'll see a nose print. I go, oh, he's been here.
yeah. Dylan's been here, right? Yeah. So, so after the pandemic's over, do you have anything planned? I mean,
To go back to work, if we ever go back to work. Yeah, no, we're waiting. We're just waiting for them to let us, do shows again. We're just, whenever they decide we can do them.
do you guys rehearse, or do you guys get together?
We're going to have to rehearse. Someone's going to have to rehearse because I don't even know if I remember my act. I mean, I can make fun of you from the show, but it's
Heck
like,
yeah.
you're going to have to come and
I know.
I can make fun of you. But
Oh yeah, there's that guy.
yeah, I'm sure it'll come back. I got tapes that I can watch to remember my act, but it's going to be different, especially if everyone's going to be sitting there with masks on. Not the best for comedy, having people covering their faces. So I think I'm just going to ask people if they think things are funny to raise your hand.
Yeah. Raise your left hand if funny, right hand if not.
But it's going to be different at first, and then we're going to have to address it. We did a show the day after the October 1st shooting, because that happened on Monday.
Ooh.
That happened on Monday. We were off on Tuesday. We didn't do a show Wednesday, and then we did a show on Thursday. In fact, we got locked in at the Luxor till 6 o'clock in the morning because we were there when it happened. And the other guys in the crew left. They heard it when they were driving away, didn't know what they were hearing. We got locked in, so 2 days later we had to do a show. And of course, it was still a crime scene at the time, and people were coming into our show. So, I had to address it just to say, well, yeah, and I would say, look, we know what happened, a couple of days ago here, and, we hope, everyone that is, it's a horrible thing, but you're here to laugh. Now let's have some fun. And then just went on with the act, and actually we had some of the best shows we'd ever had that week right after that.
Why do you think?
Because people just wanted to laugh and forget, which I think is going to happen when we start doing shows again
After the pandemic.
this, that the people are, because this isn't going away. I mean, I think that it's going to be with us. We're going to just live with it for a while.
Yeah.
You know, I
But
think
it's gonna get better, don't you
it's
think?
well, it's better already. I mean,
Yeah.
now because I went to a doctor today just for a checkup, but he said, look, they know they know what to do now. They know how to deal better with it. They know better medications to give people. They know so they can control it a little better. And I think this is just going to be one of those things we're going to live with once they, you know, so once we get back and running, I think people are going to be looking for all kinds of entertainment because there's no entertainment, and it's not just here, and it's not just in America. I mean, this is everywhere.
Worldwide, yeah.
You know, I have a friend who's in Australia. We were talking to him, and they just started doing shows again. But they're social distancing. They're doing only 50 people in a show. So, you know, everyone seems to always want to focus on that this is happening in America, and this is some kind of political thing. It's in the whole world. It's not just here.
It's not just
So the whole world is not really doing much of anything. Now shows are starting to pop up around this country, and I think they'll start popping up here hopefully soon. We keep hearing soon, but we haven't gotten a date.
No idea.
No idea. I mean, September's gone. They already said it won't be September. Now we're waiting for October. If it doesn't happen in October, it might not happen until the first of the year,
Yeah, that's kind of
which New York did right off the bat. When New York shut down in April, they said Broadway wouldn't be back till 2021. So they're not going to come back till the beginning of the year. So we may be done. We may be off work till.
Yeah, that's
so
kind of what I think.
I
after
may be
the
shopping
beginning
at
of the year.
Goodwill in the
Yeah,
next few
we'll
months.
see- well,
I'll
we'll
look
go
for
do
you-
a show
I'll look,
at the
I'll look for your
Goodwill.
girlfriend.
Okay, no problem. We'll go do a show.
you
at the
know
Goodwill. Yeah. Who?
I'll show a bag of marshmallows. Oh, yeah.
That guy, the marshmallow guy.
I
That's
know
right.
him.
I was in a movie. I don't know if you know. Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah, was that you?
That was me.
No costume.
I know, right? No makeup. No, just puff.
Yeah, so we're just waiting to see. We want to get back real bad. I mean,
Oh,
everyone
everybody wants
does.
to
We
get
want
back.
to, we want to get back and do shows. I mean, there's no cruise ships, there's no nothing.
I know. It's
So, you know, we don't know. We're just waiting to see. But I'm ready. This is the first time I've done anything.
I know.
I haven't made fun of anyone in a long time.
Well, thanks. I'm glad
Dylan, I'm glad
I'm-
you could.
I'm
I'm
glad
glad
that
you were here.
I'm glad I was the butt.
Yeah, you were. Yeah,
That's all right. If you can't laugh at yourself, right? Laugh at everyone else.
that's right.
That's my motto.
That's what I've been doing since I got here.
I know, right? Me too. Just inside. It's been internal. I'm the host. But yeah, this has been a great time. I've not seen your. Well, I think I saw. Like I said, you look familiar. I think when we did come to the show a couple years ago, my brain.
Yeah,
is kinda foggy.
people remember me, and then 10 minutes into Scott, they kind of forget me. But then they kind of. I mean, I meet people. I've had people come up to me and go, "Hey, we saw you on for Carrot Top," and so I mean, yeah. But but he gets a lot of repeat business too.
I know he does.
We
It's a
get
great show.
yeah, we get a lot of people coming back again and again. So
But, when you get audience feedback like that after the show, do you go out and greet the people?
no,
as
I
they
don't.
leave?
I don't greet anybody. I don't. He does a meet and greet before the show, and then sometimes we'll have people come back after the show backstage into the dressing room. But I don't go out and see anyone after the show.
For a particular reason, or
Not any particular reason other than either I leave when I'm done with my set and he's still on, or when we leave, everyone's usually gone by the time we leave. I don't stand out there and shake hands and say hi to everybody.
I wind up doing that a lot. 'Cause-
Saying hi to everyone afterwards.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah, I
You
don't.
enjoyed the show.
I don't care.
We
It's
did a-
horrible, isn't it? I don't
No,
know.
that's not horrible.
Well, plus I don't want to shake everyone's hand,
Well, that's true.
and especially now. But I didn't like doing that before this. Not that I'm not a germaphobe, but you know, sweaty hands and just 100 sweaty hands. I got to yeah.
But you get a lot of feedback, especially like
Yeah, and you know what? The last thing I want to hear is, I got a joke I want to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't ever, so,
Yeah.
yeah, and the only, when I work comedy clubs sometimes, I used to sell a CD and t-shirts, which I don't really do anymore. But after shows sometimes, then I would have to say, you know, and that was the worst part of,
You should do this joke.
I hated saying, and I don't mind saying hi to people, I'm not antisocial, and I just, when I was selling things, I'd have to sit there and talk to them and schmooze, and I don't like schmoozing.
Yeah.
I don't.
I use it as a way to get some feedback. You know, if some people say, "Hey, great show, great
Do
show,"
you
but then
really
you
want
see-
their feedback?
Well, I'm not as I haven't been.
Don't you get the feedback from the way they laughed at your jokes? That's the feedback I want.
But see, I haven't been in it as long as you have.
How long have you been doing this?
6 years.
Okay.
And so I'm not as cultured as you are. So the feedback, what I get, where I was going with that is people come up to you and say, "Hey, great show, I really liked it." But I watch the ones that just walk by and don't make eye contact.
Yeah, those are the ones you should ask.
Yeah.
Those are the ones, hey, what'd you think?
Yeah, exactly. And
I've had some people come up and say they didn't like a joke, and I'll go, oh, okay. I mean, but I don't really.
the one that gets
care.
me is, you should do this joke. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, people, and I don't do anything political on stage, so I stay away from that. So I really don't have anything that really will offend anybody unless I say something to somebody that, but I do it in a way where people seem to like it.
Yeah.
Even if I'm kind of insulting someone,
But
like that.
Like that?
That kind of a joke.
I'm not insulted.
But,
I'm
so.
having s'mores afterwards.
Yeah,
Come
there
with
you
me.
go. But I'm not gonna get that image out of my head now.
I know, right?
You with a big schmore and
I know.
but no, yeah, I don't really, people usually come up and say they had a good time, which is what you wanna hear.
But for you, what I take out of that is audience feedback when you leave and they applaud and all that good stuff kind of gives you your feedback.
Oh, yeah, and then I have a lot of people come back, I mean, when they bring people backstage to see him, because he has a lot of celebrity friends that
I
come
know,
back and everything. So I get to meet a lot of people and they always tell me they really enjoyed the show and they had a good time, and that's really nice to hear, it's
Yeah, it
better
is.
than you suck.
Yeah.
You
Or-
suck really isn't the thing you wanna hear
no,
at the end of the
or
show.
nobody come back. It's
Well, and like I
uh,
said, you can always tell if you've had a good show. Like, it always drives me crazy when comics go, how do you think I did? I go, well, don't you know?
yeah,
Did
should
you not hear what
Yeah.
was going on?
Yeah.
You can't tell?
know. Yeah.
So, you know how you do.
Or when you get off stage and all the other comedians, hey, that was a good set, and you know you
Right,
bombed.
right,
They're
you
all-
know you didn't do
They're
that
just
well.
placating you. It's like,
And it
wasn't that good.
happens, it'll happen from time to time. You hope it doesn't happen too often,
Yeah, it's
but once in a while, there'll be a clunker.
so I haven't been in it for that long, and I'm not full time. I retired, and so this is kind of like just a
Little hobby.
little kind of a hobby, sort of, kind of. And then I got associated with Isaac, and he's making me do this stuff.
Oh, good.
He told me if I don't do this, I don't get paid.
You get paid for this?
Hell no.
Oh, okay, I was gonna go out, because
Hey, wait a minute.
I didn't talk money to anybody, so if there's a check, I'd like to see it.
I know, right? Don't drop it.
I don't, yeah, gotcha.
You know what you get for doing the show tonight? It's
No, I have no idea.
a bag of marshmallows.
Oh, good, good.
You get 'em.
Unopened? Did you already dip into them already?
I licked each
Did
one
you
of
dip,
them.
you dipped in there already? You already had a few, haven't you?
Yeah, I've dipped into them, but I don't know. I think we've had a pretty good night. I really enjoyed talking.
Oh, it was fun, yeah, this was a good
Yeah,
time.
I
Like I said, haven't been out of the house in 6 months.
Yeah.
I play golf and I stay home. I've taken a trip. I did a weekend to California to help my daughter move. In June, my wife and I drove to Chicago to see her mother, and we didn't want to fly because her mom's 80 years old, so we wanted to keep her safe. And I went camping about 3 weeks ago up in Utah, and that's all I've done.
that's all I've done.
I haven't gone out anywhere. I haven't been to a restaurant since March. I don't want to eat inside anywhere. I haven't gone to a bar. I haven't been out
Wow.
anywhere. I've done anything. I've been in my house. I've watched a bunch of TV. I've
You could
caught up
become
on
a
all
monk
sorts
almost.
of, pretty much, yeah. I've
Nice.
watched all sorts of series on Netflix, and
Oh, do you have Amazon Prime?
I do.
Oh man, I don't watch a lot of like TV shows. I do other things, but there's this program, this series on Amazon Prime called Man in the High Castle. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, basically, it's a really cool premise. It's what would have happened if Germany and Japan would have won World War II?
Oh, that's what I want to watch now
Well,
during a
it's actually-
pandemic. Thanks. That'll cheer me up.
No, it's really very good.
It sounds like a lot of fun. I'll be speaking German, eating sushi every day.
So no, it's really good. Watch one of the episodes.
What?
Let me know what you think.
How does it work out with them taking over?
It's very interesting.
Really?
Yeah, it's very cool. They split up the United States. Japan has one half, then there's a neutral zone, and then Germany has the other half. And it's actually pretty cool.
Is there any resistance, or are we just
Oh, yeah,
all
oh, yeah.
stepping around the neighborhood?
There's a resistance force. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
It's very intriguing, very complex. But I don't really watch a lot of series, but I got hooked on that one. It was like, oh,
Yeah, we watched the Ozark and The Amazing
Yeah.
Mrs. Maisel, and
I watched.
we
one of
watched
those
Tiger
episodes.
King, which
Tiger
I
King.
still am like, what the?
Did he?
Huh?
Did he kill him?
Did he kill who? No, it was her. Did she kill her husband?
Yeah,
Who the
did
hell
he?
knows? I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
The whole thing. I watched the whole thing and I go, what am I watching? This must be a pandemic.
I know. This is pandemic TV.
But then hockey started, which was great.
Oh, yeah.
So that was the first sports. Although I love the sports bet. That's kind of an Achilles heel that I have is sports betting. And when this thing started, of course, there were no sports. So I couldn't bet. And I couldn't go out. I couldn't eat out. Turns out I was making a lot of money just not doing anything.
There you go.
But then I found ping pong. You could bet on ping pong. So I bet a 3-team ping pong parlay. Yeah. And I lost. I know absolutely nothing about ping pong.
Oh, God. So, oh, that's amazing. You know, I have to do this every single week. Every time we do a podcast, it's my job to do this part. We have to come to an end.
Oh no!
No, say
Come
it
on,
so.
say
I
it's not
know.
so.
We gotta just keep.
I gotta
going.
go home.
Let's rebel. Let's just keep going. No, actually, we have to come to an end.
Okay, well, all good things come to an end.
I had a great time.
Well, thanks.
I'm glad I got to meet you.
I'm glad I got to meet you too.
I'll be out there in the Carrot Top audience.
As soon as we come back, let me know.
Yeah.
Get a hold of Phil and
Oh yeah.
get you some tickets to come to the show. Bring your mask.
Bring my
Bring your girlfriend from
and a bag of
Goodwill.
marshmallows. I'll wear a Goodwill shirt.
Yeah, come on out.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 23. And
23.
23.
23 of these.
23 of these bad boys.
Wonder if there's going to be 24.
Maybe not. After they see this one. But we, again, we're brought to you tonight by Tickle Me Comedy Club and Blue Zone Comedy Tour. And we really appreciate your viewership. Tell your friends about us. How can we find you? Do you have social media?
I'm here, right here. I'm right here. You just found me.
Duh.
I don't do social media too much. I use Facebook to kill time.
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram,
How about,
but I don't post much. I don't tweet.
do you have any sets up on YouTube or anything?
Yeah. You can Google.
how can we
You
find
Google just Google Rob Sherwood,
Rob
and I
Sherwood.
have sets on there that get posted. But not a big social media guy. Kind of an anti-social media guy.
Anti-social media. But look up Rob. Look him up.
Yeah, look
on
Rob
Facebook.
Sherwood on. See
Rob-
what you can find.
Sherwood. Yeah. Not any Rob Sherwood. This one.
Rob. Yeah. I don't think there's another one.
You know, there could be a different.
Could
kinds.
be.
Who knows?
You never know.
But we've had a great time. I hope that you enjoyed this. We got off on a bunch of subjects, and I really enjoyed it. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
Bye.